Hello, my viewers. This is your host, Giving Out the Sit back again with another episode of, you guessed it, DOS, or Divinity Original Sin. I just came across a great treasure trove, and I just wanted to just show everybody where to get something. So, throughout this game, I noticed one thing, that there's something called a milk and honey, or is it milk? Yeah, milk and honey drink. And this milk and honey drink actually, like, it does a lot. So let's say it heals for about 15%, and again, uh, it basically gives you 20% resistance, and then you also get 100% chance to set warm status for 2 turns. Now, guess what? Now, there's something that I was also doing. I'm doing this thing called when you go to your talent tree. I think it's your talent tree, yeah. You have all this list of things you get. One of the things that I got was a 5-star diner. Again, let's read what the 5-star diner says. 5-star diner says doubles the effect of food. Again, it says doubles the effect of food. So here goes. Here's the meal. Okay, this is the milk and honey. It says 15%, 20% poison resistance, and 100% chance for 2 turns of being warm. So when I take this, I'm actually healing for 30%. Okay, and then I actually have 40% poison resistance, and again I have that 100% warm status. Do you see how OP the milk and honey is? So how do you get the milk and honey? Well, it's very simple. You have to have an empty cup with milk, and then you add a honey jar. Now, one of the limiting factors that you find in this game is actually the honey jars. It's very limited here. Unlike in the original Divinity Original Sin, when you use the honey jars are replaced. I mean, so it's empty honey jars that is going to be there. But in this game, when you use the honey jars, you use the honey jars included, so it's gone, it's evaporated. You know, I just don't understand how that is even possible when you just pour it into a cup. I don't understand why it disappears. It should be an empty jar at the end of the day. But it doesn't do that. So, it has been one of the limited things, to the point that the only time I ever drink the milk and honey is when I'm dealing with a boss that actually does, number 1, poison, and number 2, I know that the fight is going to be long, so I reserve that milk and honey for a very long time, giving me about 40% poison. And as you can see right here, I already have 41% poison resistance. So, including that 40% and 41%, it puts me at 80% poison resistance. That means the poison ain't doing crap. So, and again, I am a frontline person. I'm actually a rogue player, and one of the things that I play a lot when it comes to rogue stuff is that because I know you guys might not want to believe me, so you can see dual wielding. The only time you ever take dual wielding is for rogues, unless you're doing maybe double hand warrior, but then I don't even know about that one. And then you can see my scoundrel is at 4. I don't intend to take it to 5 because I think it's a waste. You know, when you go to 5, what I intend to do with all this available distance is probably to go to sneaking, you know. But then again, with sneaking, I don't know whether I should put that much effort into sneaking. But that's not the topic of the video. The topic of the video is to find honey jars. So here you go, honey jars. Boom. So honey jars is right here in this place. I don't know how to explain. I found most of the honey jars right here, right inside this place. I don't know whether there's still more for me to pick up, but there is a lot of honey jars that I picked up. And as you can see in my inventory, like, the honey jars were right here. So a lot of the honey jars right here. The honey jars were right here, all here. They're all honey jars everywhere. So I'm like, oh my god, I got to film this. So this is where you get your honey jars from, you know, from this, especially from this room. And as you guys can see in my inventory, Here's my honey jars. The honey jars I just picked up, which is about 9 honey jars I picked up so far. So if you want to know where to pick up honey jars, it's in this room. Now, where is this room? This room is actually in the Immaculate Cathedral, underneath the Immaculate Cathedral. That means in Act 2, one of the last places after dealing with the other Immaculates, when you come into their own inventory area, when you come down to the cathedral underground to fight the main, the zippy priest that they have, this is where you come into at the end of the day. So this treasure place, how do you get to it? Let me just show you something quickly. So at least you know where it is. I know many of you are going to have to come towards this area in order to so this is it. This is the map. So okay, yeah, you guys will definitely come into this area and basically see all of this. All right, once you come down here, you come and confront the main boss man, and the main boss man is you're going to have a fight with multiple demons here, and then that will conclude the fight. And then once you finish dealing with the demons, walking through here, and then go to the underground area, which is right here. Now, how do you open up this thing? Okay, so how do you open it? When you come down here immediately, the first place you want to go to is up here. So this place, as you can see on the map here, which is south, right? I think it's south. Maybe southeast, southwest. No, yeah, southeast. No, south. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, it's kind of confusing the way it is. But anyway, the first this thing is right here.
Now, to find out what effect that had.
That's the first one, okay? The first one is right here. The first button is right there. Okay, it's right here. The second button is up here. So you just go up again. I think it should be right about here. This is the second button. This is the second button. The third button should be right about to this other side, okay? You go over to the opposite side. This is where the third button should be. The third button should be right here. And then the fourth button, which is the last one, should be right here. And then that is it. It opens up the door for you, and then you go through, and then you go do whatever you need to do. Alright, so that's all I just wanted to show you guys how to get into this room, and also how to get those jars. This is the first place actually I've seen a lot of jars, because I've been looking all over to get jars and I've not seen any place. So this is the Immaculate Underground Cathedral, alright, where you can fight the main boss in Lukula. So this is the underground area. Once you defeat that high priest that gives you the test, Lois. Once you defeat Lois, you come back into his cathedral area, and then go to the underground area. Once you go to the underground area, you then come into this whole area, and then if you come into this whole area, if you look for the cathedral, you come down to the cathedral, fight the main boss with 2 of his demons, and then you come down again, and then you fight multiple demons, about 6 or 7 of them demons that you're gonna fight. And how you defeat them is by putting your main tank right here in the middle. The main tank has to be right here in the middle so that they can't move through it. And then you do all your other summonings, all your other special summonings or whatever it is. Let them stay out here and be fighting. Okay, but your main tank is going to stay here. Now, on your main tank, you also need to have this is my main tank. My main tank, she also needs, she has, look at what she's got. She's got poison at 27, broom 16, air 27, earth, and then fire at 52. So that's what my main tank was rocking during this fight, and basically she was holding her own. Now I'm playing this game on hard difficulty, very hard difficulty, this is going to be on tactician difficulty. So that's the only way I play my own games. When it comes to Larian Studios, I play it on tactician difficulty because this is a much more easier version for me. So I'm thinking it's much more easier that way. But one of the biggest things that I have here is that the drops don't come down a lot. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm your host, Give Me Another C, signing out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.